Good evening, everybody. We're just cranking through some reviews here, man. Just no big deal. This
It's
is
like a Dr. Seuss machine. We're just cranking them out.
how, it's funny you say that though. Dude, Dr. Seuss had a lot of books like how quickly he passed. He put out a bunch of children's stuff. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy when you think about it, honestly.
Probably making bank on them too still.
Dude, Dr. Seuss. Oh man, that the LSD he had, I'm sure was top of the line. like
Yeah, apparently, like those drawings were the craziest. Like if you look at them now as an adult, you're like, whoa, what was this guy smoking?
Yeah, all the places you will go is like the
Yep.
trippiest like that, and the drawing, the illustrations are like holy crap. It's
I feel like if he was alive today and he was like putting out, just imagine that, but like in IMAX 3D, like
oh my god.
trippy Dr. Seuss. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about? It's like Avatar, but in like Dr. Seuss
that would
world.
be okay. You're
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
okay. Like what's funny is we should probably talk about what the movie we're gonna talk about.
Oh
The
yeah, that's
Boy
right.
Next Door is what we're discussing here, which Scott did not see.
Boy, we
Co-
took a left-hand turn real quick coming out of the gate, huh?
Yeah,
That's not good.
yeah. Talking about the thing is though, is like I was talking to someone about this, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like I've talked to a couple people who've listened to our stuff." I'm like, "Oh yeah, like it's become a thing of listening to a couple of your reviews. Sometimes you go off on a bit of a tangent, but you come right back eventually." I'm like, "Yeah, so it's fine. I like it that way." But
Yeah, we keeping everybody on the feet.
yeah, but okay. So I want to talk about this because I was the only one out of the three of us to see this. The Boy Next Door. So I'm gonna do a rare thing. I'm actually gonna give my grade ahead of the review.
Ooh,
Um, this
Quentin
is
Tarantino it.
yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly. This is a D. Now,
Ooh, I can feel the puns coming.
now, nice. Now, most of you are probably asking, how is this not an F or go fuck yourself? Um,
Hunter, how is this not an African?
very, very nice. Well, Scott, I will tell you.
Oh,
So basically, the Boy Next Door. It's single white female. It's God, that
she's
it's
not white, is she?
no, but it's that
Oh, the
same.
storyline, you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. It's the exact same shit. Like, and the thing is, the movie. It's just. By the way, 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. By the way, but so the movie is about Jennifer Lopez who plays Claire, which I just find just not. I just she doesn't look like a Claire to me,
Not
but
buying it.
yeah, but whatever. And she's a history not a history teacher. Jesus, she's an English teacher, but she only teaches like the classes. Yeah, obviously she teaches the classics like the Iliad, Homer, the Odyssey, stuff like that. And her husband, I guess, cheated on her with their secretary or with his secretary, but yet she still lets him come around because they have a kid. But she's just being super lackadaisical about the divorce and not signing the papers, whatever. So she's just single mom trying to do her thing. And her kid's name is what is her kid's name? Kevin. That's it. Um, so basically, she's working at the school. She has her sassy best friend, who's played by Kristen Chenoweth, and she's the vice principal of the school. Um, and then basically she's going through life and trying to like figure out, do I want to divorce my husband? Do I want to give him their chance? And she goes on this date with this guy, and it's really bad. And that's when she meets the boy next door, Scott, Noah, and Noah screams just he is. I just thought of this. He's the bro you bump into when you're at a bar, and he gets super offended by it. It's like, but he's like, "Why'd you hit me? Why'd you hit me?" It's like it's a crowded place. Like, just you know, take off.
You lift, bro. You lift.
Yeah, like take off your sports hat, which doesn't go with your button up. Like that, bro. Like he screams that, bro, instantly. And so the movie started to lose me at this point because they're talking to Noah, and he goes over to Claire's house and is like talking to her and her kid. So they lay out like, cause like a lot of these movies, like especially if this was like starring a dude and he like fucked like one of his female students, like the dude would be made out to be a monster, right? Because
Right.
the girl would be like 16 or 17 or something like that, right? They go out of their way to go like, well, Noah lost his parents in a car accident, and so he's been out of school for like a year, and so he's like 20. I'm like, well, how's he 20 still in high school? It's like, well, he was really sad, and so he took some time out of school, but now he's back, and so he's 20. And I'm just like, oh, so you're saying that he's 20, so that when J-Lo fucks him, it's not as bad because he's 20 years old. It's like, oh, fuck you, movie, give me your break. And so of course, J-Lo, has her night. She has a bad date. She comes over in the rain, and he's like, he says what he says in the trailer, like, no rules, just us, or whatever the fuck he says, something like that. And like, the thing is, I was cheering for Noah the whole time. I was pulling for Noah so bad because Noah was great because he like pulls out this chicken and like he's like, oh man, I fucked this up. And so he calls Claire and he's like, yeah, some of the chicken's thawed and some of it's cooked. Like I don't know, should I eat any of it? She's like, oh yeah. She's like, honey, I'll come over and help you out. I'm like, you smooth motherfucker. It's like using the fact that you can't cook as a skill. That's brilliant. But, so you get one sex scene in this movie, Scott, between them. And, like, it's lame because, like, J-Lo's, like, super holding back. Like, I mean, you get to hear J-Lo moan, which is pretty chill. But, like...
It's like, I'm not taking off my clothes for something like this. Like, I'm not taking off my clothes for this movie.
As far as considering she did Made in Manhattan and Geely, I think she owes us some boob as far as I'm concerned. But
How dare you? Made in Manhattan was a national world wonder. Hello, what are you talking about?
Could you not remember the word treasure? Is that what
Yeah, so it was too good of a movie. I couldn't remember what I was saying.
Fair enough, but like, but dude, the movie's just bad, and like the only thing that kept me going was Noah, because Noah was just like he's super he flips out when she's like, I was the adult and this shouldn't have happened and da da, and he immediately just punches a wall and like he's like breaks a couple knuckles and you're like, oh, that's good. It's like probably should have been a little smarter. And so he goes into stalker mode, Scott, in a way that I was like, it was so funny I couldn't even take it seriously. Like it was just like, he's always going over there and like he hacks her email and sends the principal for a student request so he gets into her class. I'm just like, how's your password that fucking easy to get? Like I was just like, really? Like it's just, I mean, the movie shouldn't have been called The Boy Next Door. It should have been The Coincidence, because it's the coincidences over and goddamn over to get the plot moving along. And just, and they just I couldn't even be mad because I was laughing so hard. But from a structural standpoint, just this movie, it's for goddamn ridiculous. Like there's no suspense like at all. You know how this movie's gonna end.
So purely, even as a thriller, it's just not done well.
It's a bad Lifetime movie. Like it's
Okay.
like that's the thing. Like Lifetime movies are bad anyway, but this is like, even when like Lifetime be like, oh, we might want to pull this from the schedule. It's like not like it's not good. The only thing that, and spoiler if you actually give a shit, but there's a point where this kid is making fun of J-Lo's Claire's, pardon me, Claire's kid Kevin, and so Kevin is getting beat down, and then Noah comes and starts beating the shit out of the other kids, right? And so Kristen Chenoweth, the principal, Claire's best friend, is like, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a messed up kid, and he looks at her and goes, You know what I see? I see a woman who can't take care of herself. A woman who's trying to be something that she's not, but she can't because she's a fucking failure. I just see a wrinkled old cunt, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was just
Damn.
like, Jesus Christ. And I'm definitely paraphrasing, but he just calls her a cunt. I was like, oh my god. I was like, go Noah. Noah, you're. And so, but the movie, it's bad. I mean, I paid $4.99 to rent this shit, and I should, yeah, it should be something you buy for like $4.99. It'll be something in the Walmart clearance bins, like this Black Friday. It'll be like, oh, Boy Next Door for $1, and just
It's like in the box that Walmart leaves on the curb, like, hey, come take this from us.
yeah, exactly. It's something you'll definitely see at a yard sale in like a year. Like, oh yeah, I kind of remember us talking about that movie, but it's really bad. And by the way, J Lo, seriously, like, what bugs me too is like you saw that video with her and Iggy Azalea. You saw that video, right?
The Anaconda one or
No,
whatever.
well, Anaconda's Nicki Minaj, but whatever. But like, yeah, that
Right, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But the music video they did, they were grinding up on each other and like, practically naked. It's like really like for the boy next door, you're like, oh, this would be demeaning to myself to like show off more skin. It's like
This is a little below me.
it, yeah, exactly. You're still an American Idol. That should be blowy, but whatever. Like, it's not a good movie. It's really not. I mean, it's. And the reason I'm giving it a D is just because I laughed so hard in the last 30 minutes. I couldn't give it a go fuck myself because I was, in a weird way, enjoying myself. I was just like, this is so dumb. Like,
Like you didn't hate it,
oh
like
god,
it
not
didn't
no.
didn't it didn't make you mad, I guess is what I should say. But
Yeah, like I just had a couple moments where I was just like, oh my god, fuck, seriously. And the way that Kevin gets killed, no, sorry, that Noah gets killed.
whoa, spoiler. No,
I
I'm
said
kidding.
spoiler earlier, but and yeah, if you care about the girl, the boy next, whatever, the fuck next door.
The point.
But so basically, like, she cuts this like basically a radiator like lands on his head. Like that's how he gets killed. I was like, this is great. Like it's so bad, but yeah, I mean, if you need to see it, rent it. Don't buy it. It's not worth your money to buy. But
Like a Final Destination type like killing.
It's funny. That's actually really it. That's actually not a bad way to put it. Actually, it's at that level of like really like
Uh-huh.
it's like a bad saw trap, like a really bad saw trap. But
Let me just say, I saw I hadn't seen the first Saw all the way through,
yeah,
but I rewatched some of it recently. That was a great movie. Like just as a start for that series, one thing, but just by itself, the twists and just like it's super intense.
no, yeah, no. The first Saw's really good, but
Just
yeah,
on a side note,
yeah,
Well,
it's definitely better than this shit. But hopefully the next movie's like the girl next door, and it's like I don't know, Christina Aguilera or something. I don't know.
Fergie.
I know. I was trying to think of like who should be the girl next door. I was like, I don't know,
Let's
like
see.
whatever. But yeah, can you tell I didn't like this? But yeah, guys, go
It's
ahead.
one of it's funny, just those movies that you just didn't like it so much that you don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, whatever. It's just a movie I had to see, kind of a deal. You know what I mean?
Pretty much. I mean,
Is that how you feel?
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a good way to put it. I just didn't care enough to get pissed, but I was just kind of sitting here and like, this is kind of silly, but oh well. But yeah, guys, go ahead and follow me on the Twitter at jhunterrealpineapple. Scott, you have Twitter. What's your what's your Twitter?
It's SAN Sandman 90.
There you go. And
So,
then
yes.
And then follow us here on SoundCloud at The Real Pineapple 775 and like us at Facebook at facebook.com/The Real Pineapple. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you've seen The Boy Next Door, please tell me what you thought. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right.
And if you liked it, then just don't bother putting anything at all.
That's-
And you can go kill yourself.
Jesus.
Just trying to keep the crazies out.
There you go. But yeah, guys, let us know what you thought, and we'll talk to you soon.
Peace.